welcome to another episode of Beauty Told. It's your girl Britt, and today we got another hot, juicy topic, and I think it's gonna be a really good one because we're gonna go over the 5 attributes of a future husband. So in this case, my beauties can relate, and definitely drop some in the comments if you feel like there's something I missed. And then to my gents, this kind of lets you know what us ladies, us beauties, I should say, are looking for and our potential soulmate. So without further ado, let's go ahead. Let's get into the topic. And of course, to keep me on task, I have my beautiful and handy dandy faith journal. But I think I got this because listen, this is what every single day I am praying for when it comes to my soulmate. Because my next husband is going to be my soulmate, okay? He's not just going to be husband number two. He's going to be my, second time around is the best time around. And we're going to have a good time for the rest of our lives. So every single morning, this is what I'm praying for. And I'm believing by faith in God that it's going to happen for your girl. And I'm definitely hoping it's happening for my beauties out there as well. So without further ado, let's get into it. Number one, clearly, he has to be God fearing. He got to be believing in God, shoot, probably more than me. Okay. He has to be one who is able to lead and guide our family because we're going to be a blended family. Realistically speaking, I have 2 boys. More than likely, my next husband, he's going to be in his late 30s, early 40s, maybe. He's going to have his kids already. Or, you know what I mean? Or at least have a kid. And, we're going to have to kind of build off of that and build our family. And so he's got to be one that believes in God with all of his heart, not some of it, not just knowing 1 or 2 scriptures. No, I'm gonna need you to really be like both feet 10 toes down in your word, knowing about the Lord, because we got a family to bring up, and we got to bring them up in the right way because this world is, whew, it's a doozy. Let's just say that, just to be nice. So he's got to be God fearing, y'all. Number two. Now let's be realistic because guys, y'all are looking for this too. Attractiveness. He's gotta be fine. Look, if we're gonna spend the rest of our lives looking at one another, loving one another, growing old with one another, we gotta like what we see. I gotta like what I see. Like, oh my God, my man is so fine. Like, how did I get so lucky? And of course, I want it to be in reverse. I want my man to be looking at me and like, oh my God, Brett, how did I get so lucky? You're so beautiful. Like we balance each other out. Like his fineness, my fineness, our fineness, everything just matches, because when the looks do fade, because they will fade, we will still have the sustainability of the love that we have had for all these years, right? So, starting off though, we need the looks. We desire the looks, okay? Because I know they say looks aren't everything, and they're not, because obviously my list wouldn't be 5 strong if it was just looks. There's more qualities that come along with it. But come on, let's be realistic. You gotta like, love, adore what you see when you see your mate. Period. So, moving on to number 3. So it kind of goes to my whole blended family situation. Gotta be family oriented. There's no way that my future soulmate, my purpose partner, is not going to be a family based man. Like, we already coming in together with a family that we're trying to, mesh together, try to make it work, make it blend. So that way, when the kids are, grown and whatnot, it's still us. But we still have our family get togethers, we still have our cookouts, we still have our reunions together, right? So at the end of the day, got to be family oriented and not just, just based off of the children, but I'm checking to see how your relationship with mama is, how your relationship with your father is their relationship with your father. Like, we got to just get a well-rounded idea of family, and that, what is your desire, what is your vision of a family, right? And we need to discuss if you're wanting more children, am I wanting more children? So the whole dynamics of a family, very, very, very important to me. Hence why it's on the list. I'm sure to my beauties out there, this is also something that is very important because family is everything, especially for us beauties, because for us holding it down and taking care of our kids, it's taking just more than us to get it done. We got mama involved, we got granny involved, aunties, uncles, as being like that male role model and figure, to our children, especially our young men out here. So there is just so much that comes into the basis of a family, that you gotta be family oriented. I'm sorry, there's no way around it. And that's going to make a real man. It's going to really help to filter out the ones that ain't really about that life, and the ones that are really ready to be that man, to step up to the plate and be the stepfather, be, the role model that our young men and our young ladies need, because even girls, we need our dads. And it's just something about that, that bond between a daughter and her father that is just indescribable. So yeah, definitely, definitely family oriented. So number 4 is, you gotta also be goal oriented. Now listen to my gents. We're not expecting you to have it all the way together. Heck, we don't have it all the way together as us women. We still are very much, focusing on our goals, attaining those goals, getting them knocked out, moving to the next goal. Okay, because I feel like in life, you could never just become complacent of where you're at. You should never be comfortable where you're at. You should always want to continue to keep leveling up, leveling up, leveling up, leveling up. So you know what I'm saying? You get your master's degree. Okay, I'm about to go for that doctorate. You know what I mean? So it's never I believe there's never a place in your life where you should be comfortable with where you are. You should always want to just do more, pursue more. We only have one life to live, beauties and gents. We have got to make it count. And, for our children, keep setting that bar higher and higher. It pushes them. So it's really just a domino effect of everything. And I just think that that's like the coolest thing ever. Sorry. Yeah, I may be corny, but whatever. I think it's a great way to live our lives and live our best lives, and kind of put a little competitive touch to it, too. So to the gents out there, we need y'all to be goal oriented. Don't just talk about what you gonna do. I can't stand a guy that all you doing is talking and I see no action. We need that action. Okay? We need that action real bad. So we're all about, being there. We're gonna stand beside our man. We're gonna stand beside him. But you gotta give us something to stand beside. So you gotta be, working towards hitting those goals. We need to see the hustle. We need to see the drive. We need to see the motivation, because believe it or not, it could help to inspire us and make us be like, okay, I want to be great too. I want to, be like my man, and let me do this particular business venture that I've been meaning to do. And again, we can help each other. You scratch my back, I scratch your back, and it just all works out. So we need our gents to be goal oriented, hitting them goals, knocking them out the park. And fifth and last, it probably shouldn't have been last now that I think about it, but nonetheless, it made the list. And not only did it make the list, it is our last and final component of a great attribute for our future husband. And beauties, that is, we need you to be loyal and faithful. Not one or the other. Both go together on this fine line. Loyal and faithful. Because I'm sure you beauties can relate because I mean, we've all been here before. No one likes to be cheated on. No one likes to feel less than. And when we don't have a guy that is really about us fully, and there comes somebody who's able to interfere and kind of separate what we've worked so hard to keep together, it's devastating. It's devastating. And it definitely will do a tremendous amount of damage to the trust because now we can't trust you. I think that Pastor Michael Todd said it best that you have earned your trust in a bucket full. But when you break that trust, you're now filling that bucket drop by drop. It's harder to get back that trust. You know what I mean? Once you break it, like it's so hard for somebody to trust you again. And having been through what I've been through in my life, and as you guys already know in my stories from previous episodes, it got bad. It got ugly, really. And so for me, no longer am I accepting or settling. No more am I just like, okay, I'll make it work. Like, no, no. Loyal and faithful. They a 2 for 1 special package deal. You got to be loyal and faithful. And I think that it all ties into your relationship with God because if you really are about that life, are you really that man of faith, then the loyal and faithfulness will just come naturally to you. So for us beauties out there, we need a man that's going to be our one and only, that you're not having prying eyes, that you're not stepping out in the relationship or the marriage, that you are really 10 toes down in this. And through the good, bad, and ugly, you are there with us like we are there for y'all. So loyalty on both ends. It shouldn't just be us ladies that's having to forgive you for this happenstance and that situation. No, it should be a balance. And I do mean a true and utter balance. Okay. So, yeah, that's pretty much all that I have. Because again, I think that that's all that we need. Those 5 attributes, I think that they probably even can go for the gents as well. Because at the end of the day, we are all out here looking for love. We all want that soulmate. We all want that perfect partner, or as perfect as they are for us, right? Everybody's different. But I think that those attributes are pretty universal, that every person is searching and looking for their beauty or their gent to have these characteristics. But yeah, until I find them and don't settle for 3 out of 5. We're not settling for 1 out of 5. We're not even about to settle for 4 out of 5. Like, close enough. No, stick to the plan. 5 out of 5, or it ain't gonna work. Because at the end, we want these marriages to last. We want these families to last. We want legacies to be built. So, with that being said, to my beauties and my gents, let's make a change.